Ambrojoe with his Kinder Egg. Gets more projectiles with every 20 levels. Let's play with the Kinder Egg guy, I think. Following the colony of space rabbits into an underground cave might have not have been the best idea. I wonder what this creepy cavern is and where all the other crewmates ended up. Well, considering we're not even a crewmate. We are literally an imposter man. I wonder where all of the Among Us went. Well, the thing is, I don't know if that's his power or if it's projectiles in the level coming at me. I'm guessing it's his power now that I look at it. But for a moment I was like, should I be dodging these falling debris? No, they're mine. It's them that should be dodging. This would have been very powerful on the roads. Like, look at all this dropping stuff that would have just bounced on all of those ducks. Can we be the next death? I like the magic wands. Right, what's on the level? There's things. There's a coffin over there. And it says we get randomly powerful, right? So, you know, this guy could be very powerful. Let's report some suspicious activities. Because, you know, imposters can randomly send that cart off into the middle of nowhere. We will be the real death. I don't think we're Le Robber, the egg. Fires more projectiles. Oh, that's why stuff's falling from the sky. They're the toys in the Kinder Surprise. That's what they are. And this is why there are no Among Us here. They're all ghosts. They all died. They were rabbits! Now that I remember that it said rabbit. Because we reread it. That's what those other things were. Ducks and rabbits and all sorts. But they killed all of the Among Us. I don't know if they did. I think it might be that I killed everything and nothing else gets to live. So let's take the life science scanner as well. Hey, I didn't say life skying. Words are functioning properly today. Base damage up by 10 sounds pretty good. Okay, many ghost imposters to defeat and destroy. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, then no chance. Giant piano. Bouncing on them. Might be a very, very powerful skill, because it seems like they get endless bounces on the enemies, and they don't just suddenly go through them. Increase duration. That actually might be pretty good. Like, if the dropping animation... I was considering duration to be the thing, how long it stays on the screen, and that's not the case. Duration would be how long it is dropping the thing for, so it would drop more items, which would mean that would be very powerful. It would drop more projectiles because it's lasting longer, right? More things to drop on their heads, and then they stand no chance. Not that we need to be completely overpowered. Okay, so down here there's some sort of Giga Roach creature. Sure, the Lucky Swipe could be pretty good. We're going to level up before we head out to find out what's in that mystery question mark. It's probably just an imposter in a coffin. Let's face it. But maybe it's a vampire. Who knows? I mean, how can you not take the duplicator? It literally doubles all your weapons. Literally doubles the effectiveness of everything. I think it's the best choice. Okay, the good thing about the adventure mode is that it does force me to play other characters that I haven't played yet. The events were proven to be just so ridiculously powerful. How can I never take them ever again? Giga brain creatures flying at us with their own science rocks. Duplicate everything again. Okay, that thing's a boss, and that wardrobe or something got stuck inside of it and just killed it in an instant. This guy's weapon is ridiculously powerful. Like, it just stuck inside the enemy and defeated it. We're not even 3-4 minutes in and already we can just instantly kill an elite. That is crazy. I mean, I'm going to take the chest even though it's not going to evolve. I'm triple already. 2 more vents. These enemies do not stand a chance. They are just dead already. Time for them to embrace it. They're already dead. The vent is also very powerful because it just instantly kills them when they go in. It's a shame that the migrating ghosts across the screen don't go into the vents. Because I was thinking, oh, if they all go into the vent, then, you know, that's nicely in their way to get a lot of experience, but they didn't. Funny, ghosts fly over the vents. The other ones weren't, though. Some of them were jumping into them, but I guess it has to be specifically enemies that are walking across the screen and not like the migrating across the screen quickly ones. That makes sense. The ones that walk towards you are the ones that can jump into the vents, not the ones that fly across the screen. But maybe they're supposed to, but they just haven't programmed it properly. But maybe it's considered too powerful if you catch them in it. I mean, the increased duration of weapon effects is just ridiculous. The vents will last longer, the coffins and things will be dropped for longer, so we'll drop even more stuff. Like, everything that we've got is just going to be extra powerful. As if we weren't already overpowered enough. You know, all we needed was to be even more ridiculously overpowered. Okay, more enemies to feed me more experience. I don't mind if I do. You know what? Give me the spinach just to kill things quicker, because you know, we're getting a few enemies getting a little close. Getting a little close now. They do not stand a chance, World Rule Bar. I don't know if we can evolve the Kinder Bueno, the Kinder Egg. It's not a Kinder Bueno because that's the bar. But maybe we can evolve the Kinder Egg. What would you evolve a Kinder Egg with? A toy. Something inside of it. I don't know. What goes with the Kinder Egg? Some sort of duration thing, probably, because they're falling duration. Maybe the spell strike is what evolves it. Maybe that will evolve it on its own. Not that we need to be all powerful. I mean, there's a chance we don't have whatever it needs to evolve, but you know, do we need it to? Not really. We're going to be ridiculously overpowered as it is. I can't believe that we couldn't kill those deaths, though. Like, we had them on for 5 minutes. We were killing things pretty effectively, but I guess sucking the deaths into space saves them from taking damage. Or maybe just in the adventure mode you can't kill the deaths. And we just got so ridiculously powerful to live forever. I don't know. But I don't think anyone has ever lived 35 minutes in Vampire Survivors. That has to be some sort of record. Because either you're so powerful that you just kill death and you get white death wiped out, or you're not powerful and death just kills you. We had a very rare circumstance where we were keeping all the deaths at bay without killing them, that we could live pretty much forever. Okay, explosive minions evolution. No evolution. I wonder if there's a time constraint. Maybe you can't evolve things until a certain amount of time. Because there have been instances where I've had things ready to evolve and I've not been able to, even though they should, in a number of chests. So now I'm starting to think maybe there is a specific time limit until you can actually evolve things. Maybe you can't until like 15 minutes in or something. I don't know. More science has to be done on that. Okay, well that's a lot of enemies coming to try and explode in our face. Thankfully, we're not dragging them toward us. We're keeping them at bay, but, you know, we don't want to be exploded upon by the imposter ghosts. That's for a fact. Parts of me... There's a lot of things over there. A lot of things. Like, a lot of mini creatures for imposters and things. A lot of mini Among Us. But do I want to go for them, or do I want to level up here and then go for them once we've got other things? Because if I take them, and we don't have the things to evolve with them, like the science rocks, then, you know, we miss the opportunity to pick up other things from the items that we can take. It seems like there's a lot of those same creatures over there. Hello, why aren't you working, controller? Presses down several times and it doesn't want to let me go down. Yeah, I'm glad someone used my success thing. That's always very nice. And you might see some sort of inspiration with the noise that the treasure chests make. Huh? Almost the same as this game. Let's go with... I mean, the vent's powerful. I was going to say, let's go with the thing that's closer to evolving, but you know, if we can just make the vent all-powerful, then even better. Okay, let's head into the cave, deeper and deeper. Maybe there's more different creatures that'll be in here. Maybe there's a giant bunny. Okay, for a moment I was like, do I have to have ridden that? Thankfully not. Okay, there's some imposters. Ooh, they've actually got big experience on them. I'll take that. I'll take that very nicely. Okay, they don't want to run at me and into the vents anymore, but they still die very quickly. We found another crewmate. Thank you, Sir Ambrojoe, but the vampire is in another coffin. Sus. That would actually be hilarious as well. If it's, instead of okay, it's like sus. Sus. Very sus. Like a few neat little touches that they could have done. And all base damage up is good, but I'm trying to get this thing leveled up just because I feel like that might evolve the Kinder Bueno for whatever reason. Okay, so why we weren't able to evolve anything is because, one, I don't have the buck to evolve the thing, and two, obviously we don't have whatever evolves the Kinder Bueno if it even evolves. And then we've got nothing else that's actually leveled enough to evolve, so of course nothing else is going to evolve. You don't have the capability yet. We likely know how and the capability of evolving anything, so of course nothing is going to evolve. Okay, report. I realised I should have gone for the level 5 Spellbinder because that's its last level, but, you know, if there's a sussy thing that is actually towards something that we can actually evolve, I should take that, just to get an evolution, to get a space, because then, if I get a space... Okay, the life sign scanner will evolve with the yellow things that are flying over there, right? The ghosts, creatures. So, you know, we haven't entirely screwed everything up. So once we pick up all of those, that is the ability to evolve the life sign scanner. Like, nothing is ever unsalvageable. Okay, let's level up though. Let's get these things so that we can evolve something whilst we're at it, and then, you know, when we evolve something, it gets rid of one of the mini imposters, which will allow us to get the book to evolve the magic wands, and then we can evolve that as well and, you know, work from there. It's all good. It's just, you know, we've done it a very questionable way. As numbers of enemies get very, very close to us. We're not necessarily death anymore, are we? Okay. 2 more levels in this, and report is crewmate dino, which means the mini red will evolve it. And then green is probably the vent, right? So, you know, we've got everything we need. I wonder if you only get the mini crewmate of the things that you have. I don't know how it works. Okay. Evolution time is now. Evolution! Okay, just waiting for the right moment to evolve things. Okay, that'll get rid of half the enemies on the screen at random intervals, so that's going to be very, very good. Mini Engineer evolves our thing. I mean, it's an evolution that creates an extra spot, so we take it. We don't question it. I know it's not the books, but we'll get the opportunity to get the books in a bit. So Mini Engineer evolves the vent. But let's get that up. I know I could have evolved the Mini Engineer as well, but, you know, we'll get around to it. Just what we get around to in what time. Okay, vent. Suspicious crewmates are voted off. That's actually kind of nice that it did get rid of the explosion ones, because they seem to be the harder ones to kill, and they also make a lot more annoying noise. So it's nice that they get voted off. And we don't have to deal with them out of the 50-50 chance. I think they are the most impostery. You know, the blue ones are good, the red ones that want to explode, they're very sus. Now, very suspicious. Oh no, blue ghosts. Mini Engineer. Okay, how are we doing? 2 more on the vents. And then I can take that treasure chest, but we'll definitely evolve it, right? There's a chance that we end up with a different evolution first, but you know, we get whatever we get. Okay. Some very thinking aliens. Furniture flying all over the screen. Blue was voted sus, even though he was very briefly on the screen. Okay, 2 more on the vents. We got the swipey card as well, but you know, it's fine. We'll just take whatever we can. The vents are pretty good, but obviously the okay, well. If he's the only enemy, he's obviously going to be voted imposter, and then we just win. And now they get sucked off into space as well, so life's good. Okay, let's take the... It really wants me to take that, didn't it? Okay, pay attention to if we see a book, though. I may have just missed it, because I wasn't paying attention to that. I was like, Spellbinds are level 5, let's take it. But we also need to make sure that we get the book, not the Pomerola. I just take the Spellbinds at level 5. I'm mistaken. I mean, again, you know, keeping that for longer with the Sucky is very powerful. Okay. Continue moving, but we don't want to actually take any of these ghosts until we get the capability. Okay, lots of different enemies are on the screen. I think we got the suck just in time to avoid the onslaught of doom and demise as we continue to kill everything, because we vote everything, because we are the imposter. I mean, we were the imposter, which is actually making us death. Okay. Mini Ghost is on the map. We don't need that one. We need the book. I'm going to go get the Mini Ghost as well, though. Now that we can take the Mini Ghost freely, because we've already got the book, which evolves our thing, and like this is just free evolution. I know we walked past one apparently. Okay, there's an end of the map as well. It would be stupid to take this Mini Ghost now, considering we get the extra level for free from picking up that one. Okay. End of the world, end of the cave. There is nothing else here. Have to rub against the walls to see if we can't get in though. Evolution gives us the magic wands that we wanted. Okay, everything is definitely dying now. We haven't even got bounce the projectiles off of things 3 times. Cooldown reduction is very powerful. So, you know, we're not counting on that to carry us. Trying to balance the load a bit. Right, let's rub against these walls to see if we can't find a secret entrance. No secret entrances. Okay, well, we've been to the end of the cave, and at the end of the cave there were some dead ghosts. And the end of the world, and that was about it. So this map isn't endless, this is just an exploration, and we've reached the end of it, which is rare for this game, it seems, because normally, you know, even if you have an end to the map, it normally doesn't have a true end. You can just keep going and it'll loop. But no, in this instance, there was nothing else. Okay, we're not very lucky because this card is not getting swiped. Which is good, because it kills more things. Because that's based on luck. The less lucky you are, the more it tries to swipe. I don't mind being unlucky in that instance. Okay, let's get all of the last levels. And maybe we can find another chest and, you know, maybe get some more evolutions. Am I that greedy? Perhaps. Is it likely to happen? Nah. Okay, that's an attractor, which means I don't have to chase all of that experience. It will come to me. Maybe I now leave the cave again. We've been to the end of the cave and now we leave back out. Okay. Now, if I can grow the area of unjust ejection, don't misread that. Or misstate that. It grows. It's an unruly ejection, not an erection. I know it's unjust. But, you know, if we make that bigger, then Death is going to be stuck out of bounds forever, isn't he? I'm going to do random always. But, you know, if I wanted to min-max it, I could just chase the growth of that forever. And that would be ridiculously overpowered. Money and frame rate's the problem. Are we going to destroy everything? Okay, let's look at the bottom of this cave. There's... Wow, this really is a tiny cave, huh? There's nothing else. Is there any way out? No. We've gone to the bottom and the end of the cave and there's nothing. That is literally everything. Okay, we've thoroughly explored this entire map. And now we just find a nice place to fight things. Which is probably where the carts are. Because if I go where the carts are, they also injure enemies, and that's very powerful, so... we do that. Kinder no bueno. Okay, let's go. We destroy all impostors. Okay, that's a huge amount of rock, man. I think I'll take my time in coming through here, just because it seems a little problematic. Okay, we've reached where might be the best place to fight them. I think we make our stand in here now. Because the carts can spawn and, you know, I can come backwards and forwards over this and make carts spawn and kill things. I think this is a pretty good spot. They're pretty much guaranteed to be here. So, yeah, in this tiny little hole, in this tiny little cave, we make our stand, ejecting everyone into space because this is where death is. Death lives in this cave, in this hole, in this tiny little crevasse, in this tiny little cave. might of things is getting stronger. Again, you know, if I can make the duration and size of that song. In fact, I think we might have made it bigger in that last round because it looks smaller now. I think we might have actually had it quite big. Yeah, if I can make that giga gigantic, then nothing can live. Everything will be sucked off into space. And it's funny because we're in a cave. You wouldn't think that it would lead out into space unless this is some sort of asteroid or space worm that we're inside of. You never know though. It could be we're in a very suspicious location. Could be anything that we're inside right now. It doesn't necessarily make it a cave. Lots of enemies getting ejected. The one thing we don't want is these explosive enemies to explode on us. So, you know, we need to make sure that when they're being sucked towards us that they're not hitting us. Because that is probably the one thing that can kill us. As we've got 10 minutes left to live through this. It's already getting pretty chaotic. Pretty damn chaotic. But I think... not necessarily going to curse it by guaranteeing it. But I think we're in a good situation. You know, we've got a reasonable chance. There are a lot of enemies, and this is a very narrow cave, but we're kind of powerful. We're killing a lot. So I think we've got an okay chance. An okay chance of doing this. There is a lot of rock people. Well, I mean, if you vote all the rock people imposter because there's nobody else, that does make life a lot easier. As they encompass and fill the whole screen then. Imposter bomb. Goodbye. That helps. That certainly helps. Okay, we're not getting any treasure chests, actually. I feel like I've got things that can still evolve because of the number of Among Us. Look at all these tiny little Among Us with us. All these Among Us-I. There's quite a few of them. And we've got 2 that haven't evolved, so, you know. One is the life science scanner. We've actually got the ability to evolve that. Every 2 minutes, everything comes towards us. 3 bounces is powerful. I'll take it. Okay, now we're relying on our triple bounce overpowered nature in this tiny cave. The bouncing of all these projectiles is fireworks all over the screen. It is definitely going to kill more things. But that helps keep us alive. And I think we actually did need that, because look at all this. Okay, if we can get the card levels up as well, I don't know, is that going to be better? It might not be better. Okay, that's like... how many things are on the screen and dying? I think the bitrate might be suffering. So I apologize for the viewing experience. Okay, that's a many level. I don't mind when we get 80 levels at once. That certainly helps things. Well, it depends what it gave me, but, you know, if there's a lot of might in there, that's good. If there's, like, amounts so that we have extra projectiles, that's good. Area on the out of effect things, you know, like the death zone, that's very powerful. And I don't mind that. Okay, we're getting a lot of levels at once, so that is very good. But there's definitely things that are still outliving us. We're definitely not necessarily killing everything as quick as we should. And there's still 6.5 minutes left. A worrying amount of time. And if these explosive creatures get anywhere near me, there's so many of them that are exploding at once that they could literally just kill me in one go. Okay, we're making some things mightier. What's mightier than the swords? The everything that we got. Okay, I don't mind if they're getting sucked in that direction, because that means that we win. You know, when they get sucked away from me, I'm okay. I can just run away from them. Okay. Many enemies get ejected. Okay, this has got to be an evolution. Wires crossed. Okay. That's good. I don't mind that. Okay. And if we get one more evolution, we get another power-up as well. So that's actually a good reason to evolve. We can get another passive as well. Which, you know, I don't know if there is anything that would particularly help us. But it's always good to have an extra thing. Okay, we're level 135. I should have paid how many levels we were on that 35-minute run. That would have been good to know. We had to have been up there, right? We're just ridiculously overpowered in every aspect. Because look at how high level we are. We had to be getting up to, like, level 200, right? Okay. I don't think anyone has ever been this powerful in Vampire Survivors. Nobody has been as overpowered as this. We are too strong. 88 enemies were ejected. This suction power is too ridiculous. That's how you get 100,000 enemies killed, isn't it? Because we are at 69,000 enemies. Maybe it's this level that you get 100,000 enemies killed as that one character. In which case I should have been that character. Because then we could have got 100,000 enemies. Because there's 5 minutes left and we're at 70,000. I think it might be this level that you go to kill 100,000 enemies. Or the ducks. I didn't look how many we killed on the duck level. But, you know, with 4 minutes left, there's a chance we can get 100,000. It's a chance. You know, they're only going to put more and more enemies, right? So surely we kill more and more. That's another evolution. That is the life sign scanner evolved. And that gives us another spot for another power. Another passive. But what do we get? We got the Pomerola or the Clover. Luckier is worse for us, right? Maybe not necessarily anymore because we don't have the card anymore, but you know what? Like, healing does damage as well, so regenerating health as little as it is does extra damage, and extra DPS is extra DPS, so why not? Okay, right. I mean, when there's only one item to upgrade, it shouldn't necessarily ask you, do you want to upgrade the only one item you got? But I can see why it should have to, because sometimes there are some items that don't count as being recognized as an item. And, you know, if you haven't fully evolved them before you've done things, you can't evolve them unless you get another item that's passive. And if it was the one passive, you know, it might lock off the ability to then upgrade that other thing. Just some money. Disappointing. I was waiting for it to roll and be all Pomerolas. But I guess we fully evolved the Pomerola as well now. Okay, right, perfect. Okay, everything dying, 80,000 enemies dead. A few were ejected. I wonder, in a proportion of how many we're killing, how many get ejected? 278 were ejected, but we also vote them imposter, 255, and we kill a lot. Right, 83, 84,000 with 2 minutes left. It's possible. Okay, well now maybe not so much, because the number of enemies coming on the screen has drastically decreased. We're no longer getting hundreds of thousands of enemies. Okay, maybe on this level with a power-up that gives more enemies spawning, like the cursed skull and things. That might be what we need to do, is come onto this level with that character with specific items to make more enemies spawn. And, you know, you got to make a valiant effort for it, for sure. That or there's some other specific way of getting hundreds of thousands of enemies. Like, you know, maybe the hot dog things that fly across the screen, endlessly spawning, or other zones where it endlessly spawns millions of enemies. Either of those. Okay, that's a lot of enemies that just suddenly appears out of nowhere. 87,000 with 1 minute remaining. Okay, but 1 minute of intensive 1 million enemies might be plausible. 90,000 with 40 seconds to go. It's plausible. Not guaranteed, but plausible that we can get this. 92,000, 20 seconds, I don't know. Looking less likely now. 10 seconds, 94,000. It's a close one. It's a close one. But I don't think we're going to do it. 95,846. Death killed us instantly in this one. And he has not been sucked into space. What did we have that made it so that we could just get away from space rocks? Reach level 80 with Sir Ambrojoe. Rerolls. Okay. Find the ghost and don't get hit. Just have a quick look, right? There's one more chapter. Something sus is going back at the base. And then there's another zone. So there's 2 more zones in here. There's 28,000 monies. Obviously, if we curse that, that's an extra 20%. And that's enough to have maybe made that 100,000. Okay. Increases enemy spawns quantity by 20 per rank. Okay, so you can also make 1 million enemies. So yeah, pretty much we've guaranteed 100,000 enemies on that stage now. But, you know, maybe that's time for another day. Find the scientist in space rocks. Defeat the suspicious eyes in emergency meeting. Okay, so there's some things we've missed. Meeting. Or are they on different levels? Find the scientist in space rocks. Right, what are the level names? Space rocks. Okay, so scientists there, and then that's probably the emergency meeting, right? And it's going to be like a meat fest because of the word meat rather than meeting. You know, it's a different kind of meat. But that's where I'm going to call it a day for today. Thank you to Epic H, who was here earlier. I appreciate you, and anyone else that might have been watching or lurking. I appreciate you all. But that is where we call it a day for today. I'll be back over the weekend where we're going to be doing something else. But have a nice rest of your weekend. Until then, I'll catch you all again soon. Bye 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 bye.